All right, everybody, welcome back. This is Todd Gotchis from Colorado Local. Again, here today I have Brenda from Castle Creek Manor Bed and Breakfast up in Grand Junction. Brenda, thanks for taking a few minutes to join us here and tell us a little bit about your
Thank
business.
you.
So, if you will, you can tell us maybe how you got started, where you're located, a little bit about what services you offer up
Okay. So Castle Creek Manor is a bed and breakfast. We have 5 luxury suites, all with king size beds and separate entrances outside. And that's pretty appealing to people that, especially in this time that we're going through this pandemic. We each of the suites also have their own private bathrooms, which is kind of unusual if you think about a bed and breakfast. It's usually an old Victorian home or historical home that's been converted into a bed and breakfast. But with this, it was specifically built by the Unfreds in 2001, and they ran it for about 15 years. And then we just took over. We discovered it was for sale last year when we were here for the Wine Fest, and I was doing some research as to, what it takes to own a bed and breakfast and what I would need to do that someday. And then when we found this was open and for sale, we jumped at the chance because it was a great opportunity, one, to live where we love, which is Grand Junction. We are in the Denver metro area, my husband and I. And so when this became available and we found out about it, we put in an offer and things just kind of fell into place. Here we are. We closed January 2nd of 2020.
Wow, right in time for the whole
Yeah,
bottom to fall out of the rest of
yeah,
the world, right?
right. But if we make it through this, our first year, we are golden,
Oh,
right?
you're doing great. And
So,
so you moved up from Denver, you said, just to Grand Junction?
yeah, we were in Southeast Aurora, right near the Aurora Reservoir, and loved that area too. Very busy though, and we wanted to kind of slow down life at some point. And this opportunity just opened, and we just jumped on it. So
Well, it's ironic that
we've
you were
been
actually
in.
researching bed and breakfast already, and then
Yes,
happened to
isn't that
find the
funny?
opportunity. So, it seems like maybe it was meant to
Yeah,
be.
it totally was. I was going to retire from the state. I had a state job in 7 years, and so kind of fast tracked that a little bit.
There's nothing wrong with
And
early retirement.
no, but it's really not retirement because I think I work a lot more hours being my own business owner
Making a
versus
lot of breakfast
for
these days,
somebody
right?
else. Exactly. So this has definitely been a dream come true. And so we were closed the month of January just to do some painting and kind of some updates and kind of put our little flair on the place and
Sure.
rename
And
some of the rooms.
it's you and your husband that run
Yeah,
it?
me and my husband. Yeah, and he still works full time. He's been telecommuting for a couple of years now, so um, he's able to keep his job, which has been fortunate for us, especially when slow times,
Oh, sure.
to keep us afloat.
Absolutely. And like we
Yeah,
said, that almost was the beginning of the whole lockdown when you first, you said you were closed
yeah,
in January, so then you opened for February and maybe most of March, and then
exactly. And
things
then
kind of
six
took a
weeks later, boom, shut.
just took a see ya. So, but you're back open now,
Yeah.
full bore, and all your rooms are available for rent. Is that right?
Yes, so all of our rooms are available. The really interesting thing, if we would have bought in a Victorian home and had like duct work, we would have only been able to entertain one guest at a time, one group of guests at a time.
Oh,
But
wow.
with this, the way this building is designed, they all have exterior entrances, they're all separate units. So we've been able to practice social distancing, provide meals on a schedule so that guests can eat in our dining room or out on patio. We have a 1,200 square foot back deck area that
Wow.
people have breakfast at. So it's really conducive to the whole social distancing and people kind of just keeping to themselves. I've had in this time, I've had the full range. I've had people that are not scared, and then people who are super scared. So been able to kind of cater to each of and everyone's needs that they've needed while they've stayed at our place. And so
That's really
making
great
sure
that
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 everybody,
you can deal with both ends of that spectrum. I think that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So the way this building was designed was absolutely perfect because we don't have ductwork. We have a boiler system, hot water system that heats each room, and air conditioning units that are separate individual units for each room. So there's no sharing of germs, which is, now thinking about it, it wasn't something that I was looking for when I was buying the place. just, it's kind of a happy accident.
No, it sounds like it really actually worked out quite well, and to be able to have
Yeah.
the modern amenities and still be able to,
Hmm.
do the social distancing that some people are very concerned with,
Yeah,
is really a bonus for you.
totally a bonus.
So now you're open 7 days a week. Do you cater mostly to business travelers, or do you cater to vacationers, or does it just as kind of a mix?
So it's kind of a full spectrum. So we are open 7 days a week. And the big bulk of business we've done historically is people traveling to the area for vacations. We have the Colorado National Monument, which attracts over 300,000 people a year. And then we have the wine country in Palisade. We have 23 wineries in the valley. And so that attracts a lot of visitors to the area.
So there's a lot
And
of
we're
things right
actually,
around you to do.
yeah, a lot of things. And we're 4 hours from Denver and we're 4 hours from Salt Lake City, Utah. So we're kind of a good stopping point for a lot of travelers going to and from places.
That
So
makes
that's
sense.
been
And
a
you're
lot of
close to
business.
Moab also, aren't
Mhm.
you?
Exactly. We're only 90 minutes from Moab. So we get a lot of travelers that go there as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so I'm trying to increase our business travelers, which I was on the upswing of doing that before the pandemic happened.
And everyone stopped
So we'll see
traveling.
what, yeah, we'll see what happens when people kind of get back into a regular routine. I don't quite know what that's going to look like, as far as business travelers traveling. So I don't know.
Well, you seem optimistic, and I think that's awesome. And definitely, I wouldn't mind stopping and spending a night and having some breakfast with you, and getting some of that
Yeah.
positivity, because I think that's
Yeah.
it's refreshing these days.
Yeah. Yeah. So this fills all my buckets, though. I mean, I love to cook. I love to meet people. I love interior design and being creative. And one of the things we're looking forward to adding in next summer is micro weddings as well as elopements. And so that means 50 people or less
Oh
for
wow!
wedding, because we have a little portion of our property on the north side that we are getting ready to build a pavilion. And so we can do small events up
Oh
there.
wow! So you have a little bit of land there then as well. You said when we were talking
Yeah,
earlier, you
we have,
said you have a 1,500 square foot deck out back.
yeah, it's a little over 1,200 square feet back here, so we can fit a good group, size group back here. Um, so yeah, it's
Oh, wow.
nice.
Sounds like there's a lot of reasons to go. And how far out are you booking? If you wanted to make reservations, you wanted to stop in, do you book online? Do they have to call you? And how far out right now are you scheduled?
So we on our online booking, the castlecreekmanor.com website, people can book directly on there, which we would prefer that instead of like booking.com and Expedia, because they take a nice little chunk of our income when
Right,
people
right.
that way. But they book direct, that makes us really happy, or they can call us and I can do that. Um,
Okay.
but we take reservations up to a year in advance if people know their vacation schedule. So that's pretty convenient for people. Um,
That's really convenient. And now your rooms, are they designed for two or families of four, or how does your capacity work on that?
so each room is designed for two adults because they're all king suites. Each room has kings. We don't have any rooms with extra beds, and I don't have any rollaways. So we definitely cater to like couples traveling through, not necessarily families.
So you could go
Um,
somewhere and be
there
away from kids? That would be amazing.
Yes. Not that we don't like kids, we do. It's
We
just that
do.
this is more of a couples retreat, I guess you could say.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so we've got your website, and then they can call and book directly. So we're going to put all of that information with this video. We're going to put it on coloradolocal.org, obviously with our other videos. We'll put it on our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, so you can share that out. And Brenda, I really do appreciate you taking the time. And before we wrap this up, what else would you like to offer, or would you like to say about what you got going up there?
Um, it's such a neat valley. There's so many things to do. Like, you could go up onto Powderhorn Ski Resort's only 30 minutes from here.
Now
So
you
you
can
could
do
go
that during the
skiing in the
summer as
day.
well, right? You can hike up and they have like summer
Yes,
activities as
and
well.
yeah, they're working on the plunge, which is actually a trail that's going from Powderhorn all the way to Palisade, and they should be done with that soon. So that it's a huge biking mecca over here, which I was not aware of. and learning more about that. So, so many different types of travelers coming through here, and that's exciting too, to meet a whole bunch of different groups of people.
Right. Definitely. Yeah.
So
You
we,
get exposure to a lot of different types of people. And
yeah,
like you say, people traveling, there's vacation travelers and business travelers and, people that are just traveling
yeah,
just to travel. And so I'm sure that
mhm,
it's quite an adventure all the time there.
it is.
Well, it sounds really awesome. And I would encourage people to go to come up and visit you. And like I said, we're going to put all your contact information here below the video or above it, depending on where you see it. But in the meantime, Brenda, I really appreciate you taking the time, and I encourage everyone to stop by the Castle Creek Manor Bed and Breakfast up in Grand Junction. And again, I appreciate you taking the time with us, Brenda. So look for the listing on coloradolocal.org. Look for Castle Creek Manor. Is it bnb.com?
It's so for the website, it's just castlecreekmanor.com.
CastleCreekManor.com. Perfect. Well, we'll have that link, and let's see if we can get some people out to visit you. So, Brenda, I appreciate you taking the time. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the future.
Thank you. Bye.